Ardoren Island, a mysterious little island completely removed from the rest of the world. Many of the life found on this island shares little resemblance with the life found on the rest of this world. How this little island has remained undiscovered for as long as it has is still a mystery, but that's just the way Ardoren Island likes it. Taking a closer look at the creatures found in this ecosystem, we find the Winnow. Winnows are large and majestic creatures, weighing in at an enormous 500 to 680 kilograms. In order for such a large creature to maintain such a stature, requires them to eat around 3 to 5% of their body weight every single day. That means that the Winnow spends the majority of his days grazing on the land's grass. But while the Winnow can go its entire life eating nothing but grass, its most distinctive features, its blue stripes and 8 legs, are likely a result of the Winnow's favorite food, the plick fruit. The plick fruit is a peculiar fruit only found on Ardoren Island. It's got a lightly sweet flavor that the Winnows can't seem to resist. We believe the reason for the Winnow's additional legs isn't for traversal, but rather to allow them to reach the high-hanging plick fruit that would be out of reach for a creature more common. This young Winnow is attempting for the first time to reach the freshly budded plick. Watch as it precariously attempts to brace itself on its back legs, while the front slowly climbs up the side of the tree. Of course, this Winnow isn't the only creature of Ardoren Island to be drawn in by the promise of a plick. A lurge, the very definition of an omnivore. They will indiscriminately eat anything they can get their hands on. And the plick is no exception. But this lurge won't be able to get to this tree as long as the Winnow is there. The lurge only weighs in at about 25 kilograms, so even the smallest of Winnows wouldn't have an issue dealing with a lurge. Of course, a lurge doesn't need to get close. Due to their back legs becoming vestigial early in a life cycle, they spend the majority of their life crawling around on their belly. Because of this, any lurge that wishes to live into adulthood will need to have a strong pair of arms. The constant exertion of pulling and dragging themselves around will continue to strengthen these arms throughout their entire life. Of course, they serve more purpose than just for motion. Perhaps a lurge's most defining characteristics is its uncanny throwing ability. An adult lurge can throw nearly a handheld object over 60 meters with semi-effective accuracy. Its first shot misses the Winnow entirely. After finding a small rock for its second shot, it lands it, spooking the Winnow enough to coax it back down from the tree. The Winnow, not pleased with the lurge's behavior, decides to try its own hand at scaring off the other. The Winnow's vastly superior size is usually all it takes, but this lurge is determined and stands its ground. Frightened and pained, the Winnow resorts to behavior not often seen: violence. A lurge may be tenacious, but even it can't withstand the onslaught of a creature 20 times its own weight. All this noise has caught the attention of a nearby courier. And a young, tired Winnow? Well, there's perhaps nothing more tempting than that, so it begins its pursuit. Sadly, this young Winnow is still tired from his previous encounter and does not notice right away. And the plick fruit will go untouched another day.